Pusha T should be on the greatest 50 rappers of all time list?
How? What has he done? What has he done that puts him in the greatest rappers of all time besides talk about that he probably didn't? I mean, yeah, that would be no Jim Jones if it wasn't for them guys.
1 hour later.
And it's good to hear you give Mace flowers.
I ain't giving no flowers for that. I love the hate because I'm a hater myself.
Breaking, Ma Dollar E goes in on Jim Jones after Pusha T humiliates him. And trust me, this ain't just another rap beef. This is Harlem history melting down in real time. Picture this, the self-proclaimed capo, Jim Jones, the man who once had the whole world screaming ballin', now getting lyrically folded, roasted, and deep-fried by not one, but two different rappers in the same week. Yeah, you heard that right, two Harlem legends turning him into a viral meme buffet. But wait, how did we get here? How did a guy, who used to run the streets of Harlem, end up getting dragged through the digital mud like a rapper on clearance sale? And why is Ma Dollar E, the man who vanished to church and came back with a podcast, suddenly dropping atomic jokes that hit harder than Pusha T's bars? This isn't just beef, it's a public execution disguised as content. Twitter's on fire, Harlem's embarrassed, and Pusha T's somewhere in Virginia sipping tea like he just won another Cold War. But here's the real question, did Jim Jones just end his own career trying to downplay Pusha? Or did Ma Dollar E and Cameron finally expose what Harlem's been whispering for years? Stay tuned, because this story only gets darker, pettier, and way more disrespectful. It all started when Jim Jones...
Along the 5 Pusha T records right now, his records.
Yes.
Name
them. Pusha, Nostalgia.
Oh, you was a Pusha T fan. He's like, I didn't know he had fans like that. Can you name 5 Pusha T records? No, his records.
See, but
no, can you can you rap to 5 Pusha?
I can't rap 5.
All right, can you rap to 5? Wait. Can you rap? If 5 Pusha T records, not the records he's featured on, if 5 Pusha T records came on right now, could you rap them?
You could rap 5 Pusha T records? Yeah.
Could you rap 5 Pusha T records right now if they started playing?
What do you mean rap? Like the hook?
Because you sing them. You're not in my top 50. You might be in Charlemagne's top 50 and things like that. But
top 50?
You haven't done that much for me in my life. Like I didn't never want to be like Pusha. I never had a Pusha moment in my life. I never thought like you did. Like where I'm from, want to be like you if you was really that dude and that rapper and things like that.
Wanted to be like Pusha? He was influenced by Pusha?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
That's why Pusha did the Mr. Me Too record.
Okay, cool. You're a very strong Pusha T fan. Nigga, you was nowhere near the top 50. You top 950.
Jones decided he was the authority on who belongs in the top 50 rappers of all time, and in one of those interviews, where rappers love to speak recklessly, he looked right into the camera and claimed Pusha T doesn't belong anywhere near that list. The internet froze for a moment, like did he really just say that? The man who gave us We Fly High was questioning the guy who dropped the story of Adidas. Fans immediately called it career suicide, and they were not wrong, because not only did Pusha T hear it, but he responded in the only way he knows how, through bars that cut like a confession. A few days later, in Paris of all places, during a high-profile fashion show, Pusha delivered a verse that sounded less like rap and more like a public execution. Everyone knew who it was aimed at. He mocked a hype man who forgot the mic was on, and the culture lost its mind. Jim tried to laugh it off at first, posting on Instagram, trying to sound unbothered, but the hit had landed. Every podcast, every YouTube comment section, every conversation online was glowing. Jim memes of him looking frustrated and defeated spread like wildfire, and the Harlem streets started whispering, because in Harlem pride is everything. You can lose money, you can lose fame, but you cannot lose respect, and Jim was watching his vanish in real time. He tried to spin it, calling
on a diet. He needed to get his life together. He needed to go to the doctor and get a physical. He looked terrible, bad body, back. Nigga look big around the neck, waist look crazy. I'm body shaming this. You heard? He need to go get his shit together, get on the treadmill, do some push-ups, do something. You heard? Especially for playing with me. He going. Oh man. Okay.
It's what they want.
How you doing, man? Yes. Play too much, man. Oh. Oh man, this is crazy, man. All right. Oh man. Okay.
It's what they want.
Calling Pusha irrelevant, saying nobody bumps his records in the clubs, but the truth is this was never about club play, this was about legacy, and when it comes to legacy, Jim had picked the wrong man to challenge Pusha. T was precise, calculated, and merciless in his attack, leaving Jim flailing in a public display of vulnerability. That Harlem and the entire hip-hop community could not ignore. Fans replayed the verse over and over, dissecting every line, and Jim's attempts at defense only made the situation worse because pride and perception in this culture are everything, and Jim had just lost both. As if Pusha T's lyrical blow wasn't enough, Harlem decided to step in and deliver the second round, and that's when Ma$E entered the scene, calm, composed, and dripping with Harlem confidence. He didn't just critique Jim Jones, he humiliated him with surgical precision on his podcast. Every line was a punch, every joke a spotlight on Jim's insecurities. Fans said it felt like watching a masterclass in humiliation. As Ma$E dissected Jim's career from his earliest mixtapes to his last studio project, he mocked the lack of classic albums.
Should be on the greatest 50 rappers of all time list?
How? What has he done? What has he done that puts him in the greatest rappers of all time besides talk about that he probably didn't? What has he done? Nobody has dressed like him. Nobody wants to be like Pusha T. No, I don't remember nothing. And let's not be evil, but we don't talk about rap where that's popping a beat. Like, I don't know too many in this game that was leaning towards being like Pusha T. I don't know no records they play in the club with Pusha T. They don't play outside. Yeah, young boy, NBA young boy before Pusha T.
That's wild, Jim.
NBA YoungBoy before Pusha
crazy.
T?
That's crazy. What do you? What? Nah, Jim just trying to get everybody mad.
Pusha T around out here. You heard?
Jim trying to get everybody mad. That's Jim. Jim's. Look at him. Look at him.
But that's what I'm.
The over-reliance on features and the way Jim constantly chased recognition that Harlem never fully gave him Cameron added fuel to the fire, laughing at Jim's biggest cultural moments and pointing out how fleeting his relevance had always been. The internet exploded. Clips of Ma$E breaking Jim down spread across TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram with captions pointing out that Harlem's own were finally exposing the truth. Anonymous sources claimed that insiders had been warning Jim about the backlash for years, and now the warnings had turned into public spectacle. People started sharing wild conspiracy theories that Jim's ego alone had triggered this chain reaction, and some suggested that Harlem politics had been quietly waiting for a chance like this to remind him that respect is earned, not demanded. The narrative quickly shifted from Jim trying to attack Pusha to Jim being the perfect target for Harlem's comedic justice. Every new episode of the podcast seemed timed to coincide with Jim's social media rants, giving the audience the satisfaction of seeing him spiral in real time. Memes were being created faster than anyone could track, and every Harlem Legends commentary became a trending topic. The combination of Pusha's devastating bars and Ma$E's cultural dissection left Jim visibly rattled, and for the first time in years, the capo of Dipset appeared lost, with no clear path to regain control over a narrative that was slipping from his hands at an alarming pace. Fans began questioning if Jim's legacy had ever been real, or if it had been built on hype and bravado alone, and the city of Harlem seemed united in its verdict that Jim Jones had just been exposed in front of the entire world. By the time the dust settled, Jim Jones was left scrambling to defend himself, but every word he spoke only added fuel to the fire. Harlem had made its judgment, and the internet amplified it.
I watched Mace Cam and everybody around him.
Wow.
A bitch like all the time. You heard? Like I was there the whole time, but I was Cam's man. You heard? Is that I wasn't there for every single thing. Anybody Cam didn't like, I didn't like. And I already see how he was handling Cam, so I definitely didn't like him. You dig? And then I seen how much love Cam had for him, and how Cam was jumping out the window for him, which a friend should. Like that, like being overprotective, making sure nothing happened. Like, he was trying his best to make sure that Mace stayed as safe as possible. But Mace had got that money and lost his mind. They got nothing else to think about but Capo. I did a lot for them in their life. You heard? Both of them. Pause though. Get off my dick. There's only space on there for baby girl, man. Come on, man. Tugging on my shit. I created the aesthetic.
Okay.
For the diplomats. You heard? Dan the Cam's pink. You heard? Hit tell.
Nah.
All right. Sooner or later, he gonna have to tell it. Where he got the pink from.
Clip, every meme, every reaction became proof that Jim had lost control of his narrative. Fans compared the situation to watching a boxer get knocked down repeatedly without landing a single counterpunch, and in this case the punches were Pusha's ruthless bars and MAE's sharp humor. Jim tried interviews, Instagram lives, and random social media rants, but nothing stuck. The cultural verdict was clear, and the more he tried to fight back, the weaker he appeared. Public perception had shifted overnight, and questions about his legacy replaced conversations about his past hits. People who once celebrated We Fly High now laughed at the juxtaposition of Jim's bravado against the cold precision of Harlem's critique. Even longtime fans admitted that seeing Jim caught in this perfect storm of lyrical assault and comedic humiliation was hard to watch but impossible to ignore. The combination of Pusha T's devastating verse and MAE's controlled dismantling turned a single beef into a cultural event that dominated podcasts, social media, and public discourse. Jim Jones was no longer just a rapper being criticized. He became the embodiment of what happens when ego miscalculates and Harlem decides it is time for accountability. The streets, the internet, and the culture were unified in one message. Jim's control was gone, and the lesson was painfully clear. Pride can be a rapper's downfall, and even a once iconic figure can become the punchline when the timing is this perfect. So now that you've seen how Jim Jones went from Harlem Capo to the punchline of the city in record time, here's the question for you: did Jim really deserve all of this? Or is this just the harsh reality of fame clashing with legacy and ego? Can anyone survive when the streets, the internet, and cultural icons all turn against you at once? Are you Team Pusha, applauding the lyrical slaughter, or Team Ma$E, loving the Harlem comedic justice? Or are you just sitting back watching the meltdown unfold for pure entertainment? This story isn't just about rap beef, it's about power, reputation, and the way the culture decides who rises and who falls. And the bigger question is, what's next for Jim Jones? Can he recover? Can he drop a record that reminds the world of his place? Or is this the moment that defines his legacy forever? We want to hear what you think. So hit the comments and tell us, did Jim Jones make a huge mistake, or was this just a long time coming? Are Harlem legends untouchable, or does everyone eventually get checked? The conversation isn't over yet, and your voice matters. Don't forget to like this video if you love deep dives into the drama, and subscribe for more explosive stories like this. Every notification, every share, and every comment keeps you on the front row of the next big moment in hip-hop drama. Stay tuned, because in this culture, the next twist is always just around the corner, and you won't want to miss it.